What's up, Travel Tribe? Thanks for coming back to chat with Travelanista. Today, I am coming to you guys with some essentials that you'll need to be aware of and to understand when you are traveling to Marrakesh, Morocco. And so, first up on that list, we are going to address the heat. Depending on what time you're going, make sure you research, but even overall, Marrakesh is a very dry place, very dry climate, and so the heat is heating in Morocco. Okay, and what I mean by that, well, Marrakesh to be specific, is that if you're in the States, if you live Washington D.C. area, we can get into like 100 degrees or so, but that's not an everyday thing, and it's not the standard. We're usually 80s, 90s. In Marrakesh, they thought that it being 90-ish degrees was not hot. Did you process that? So that means that 90-ish degrees is like average and cool to them. And so because the temperatures, especially in June, can get up to anywhere between 110 and 120. So I was told by the locals, if you are going to Marrakesh during the summer, during their summer, you definitely want to stay hydrated. There is a lot of walking that goes on. Depending on what kind of excursion you're doing, just please stay hydrated and be aware that there is a lot of heat. And also be aware that unlike here in the United States, which brings me to my second point, that you need to be aware of how you're dressing. So obviously when the sun's out, we start to dress with a little less material or clothing. When you are in Morocco, you need to be very, very aware of what you're wearing. So for the women, as you guys will be able to see in the Morocco footage, because I know you're going to watch it, I am oftentimes, if not all the time, covered. My arms are covered. I wore a long sleeve a lot, and yes, I was incredibly hot, but it's a matter of respect. And so a lot of times I had on it may have been a light material or a light blouse, but my arms were fully covered. You also want to make sure that your legs are covered. You should not ideally wear shorts if you are going to wear shorts, because I did wear like some gaucho style shorts. Those are shorts that come well below my knee. If you're going to wear shorts, I would think maybe go ahead and apply that nagging rule that they gave us in high school, where you put your fingertips by your shorts, and you want to make sure that your shorts are, coming at least to your fingertips, because it is respectful. So you're going to notice when you go that a lot of their women are fully covered. The religion is predominantly Muslim when you are in Morocco, so just be aware of that. And it's no matter how hot it is, because it is going to be hot, just try to keep yourself covered out of respect. All right, so next up on the list, all right, I really wish that this could get to Marrakesh. So if any of my subscribers or anyone watching this can get this to Marrakesh, you make sure these henna ladies see this part of the segment. Now, the henna ladies that you all need to be aware of are situated kind of like at the city center in Morocco. And these ladies were very much so aggressive, to the point where my friends and I, we're walking, we're minding our business, taking in the city, and these henna ladies began to draw henna on our hands. We have not given them permission the first, honey, and they are just taking out the henna and just covering our hands. And so after we've told them several times that we do not want this henna, they do not stop. And so then you would think that, oh, maybe it's free henna, maybe they just want to practice. No. Then they're going to ask you, actually they're not going to ask you, they're going to demand that you pay them for this henna that you never even asked for. And may I ask for this henna that is not the best of quality, because I love henna personally and I don't mind paying for the henna. but let me ask you for the henna, and then let it be a design that I want, and then let you be a good henna artist. So beware of the henna ladies, because they will start drawing henna on you, and then they will demand that you give them money. Now, I did end up paying the people the money because it's so much hustle and bustle out there. It was so hot. It was so much going on. So I did not just want to be sitting there arguing for free, okay? Because I don't argue for free. So I went ahead and paid them some money. However, my sister was like, no, ma'am. And we should all be like my sister, because if I did not ask you for a service and you decide to render one anyway that I don't even like, you don't deserve to get paid. So beware of the henna ladies. Next up on the list, I need you guys to be aware of how the transportation works in Marrakesh. And so, first and foremost, it is important that you guys know that the driving is not organized, and it is not the traditional stay in your lane, even pavement road. It is not that type of party in Marrakesh. It is a very congested, unorganized type of driving, and I would even go out on a limb to say it's pretty dangerous. So while there are a lot of people driving, there's also a lot of people on mopeds, and there's also a lot of people walking. And I promise y'all, several times I felt like my big toe was about to be clipped, because they're just flying through the city on these mopeds. They're flying or squeezing through spaces that I don't really think are for cars, but they're doing it because that's just what they do out there. So you want to make sure that when you're out there, if you can have pre-arranged transportation, that's probably best. If you can arrange transportation with your hotel when you get there, that probably is a good idea. Because if not, you'll have to stand in these taxi stand lines, which at night can be a little bit sketchy. So especially if you're just traveling as a woman, if you're a solo traveler, or if you're traveling in a group, you definitely want to try to have pre-arranged transportation, because the driving is not really safe. I don't even know if the transportation that we had, I don't even know if it was reputable or not, but I do know that we got to our places safely. Obviously, I'm still here, but it was definitely a very, it could be an anxiety provoking situation when you're trying to arrange those taxi rides on a whim, and you're in the middle of the street and there's traffic everywhere and there's a language barrier and so on and so forth. So those are the things that I feel like you guys must know when you're traveling to Marrakesh, Morocco. If I missed anything, if you've had a different experience, if you want to chat about my experience, please drop that down below. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys so much for coming back. Until next time.